Thank you. And thanks for being here. Thanks for the opportunity to share with you how we look upon how would future city being able to change from congestants to more like car-free areas or changing towards car traffic to cycling. So here you can see what our concept is looking like and where we are at. We're starting to manufacturing very soon. We are enabling the green shift from car traffic to cycling, and we're innovating e-bikes. We're trying to make the next generation smart e-bikes with car-like comfort, safety, and technology. So, I mean, I'm also involved in e-bike sharing, and I think it's a fantastic way of enabling e-bikes to everybody. But in order to actually change from car traffic to cycling, we have to look upon what kind of vehicle is available and what kind of transportation offering can we do. And what we try to achieve with this platform is how can we actually enable the different kind of needs that is required. And one of the segments we're going to see a lot of growth in for cities that embrace reducing congestion and car traffic is the family and cargo bikes. So imagine getting your delivery bike, cargo bike, with something like this. You might have a two-wheeler cargo bikes, but you will soon realize that it's kind of hard to get enough cargo transported and not enough of safety. So what we're doing, even though it looks a little bit more like a car, it's as small as a bike and has the ability to bring up to 1 cubic. I'll get more into that. The other is personal transport. So if you're able to replace your car with a bike like this, it enables for urban citizens that has less access to car parking and even don't have a driving license to actually live a lifestyle of cycling. So we know that about 60% of those mostly cycling will leave their cycling or bike at home if it's bad weather. That's why we're creating this kind of option. As you can see, if you're cycling yourself or you're ordering cargo delivery, this kind of bad weather is not a good situation for cycling. And what we're seeing now is this kind of interest to go into cargo bikes for enabling cities to bring more cycling into the cities. They struggle partly with safety, partly with lack of ability of how much to transport, and also part of understanding how does actually 3- and 4-wheeler bikes fit into the cities and how should they embrace that. And what Cycling Industry Europe has estimated is that with the green shift and the interest for actually going without a car, there's been a 60% annual growth the last 2 years within cargo and family bikes, and they're expecting to reach 2 million units annual sales by 2030, representing about 6% of all bikes sold to be cargo and family bikes. So this is coming. It's more a question about how do cities prepare for it? How do they learn to do it? It's a lot of good opportunity, but it also has to understand how to benefit from it and how to prepare for it. Like when I'm holding speeches, it's very often a question about what's happening with infrastructure and legislation. And we're seeing that the expectation of infrastructure to change quickly is not possible. You can't build bike lanes all over the city and inner city and expect that to drive increase in cycling. Oslo, where I'm coming from, has spent a lot of money the last 5 years on increasing bike lanes. That's not enough to change it. You have to look for how can you use policy, such as reducing speed limits in inner cities, take away parking spots, and actually doing streets more suitable for combined transport. So the challenge is, how do you handle congestion and pollution? And the answer is you need to do some policy changes if you want really to do changes. Just wishing it doesn't work. And we're seeing very successful parts happening now in Germany, but also Paris and even London. The interesting thing is, like when it comes to parcel transport or city delivery, 94% of parcel is less than 5 kilo. And most of them is very suitable to be brought by cargo bikes, at least when you're talking about 3- to 4-wheeler cargo bikes. And you can reduce a credible amount of both CO2 emission as well as energy consumption into this one. So you can actually achieve 90% more sustainable transport by going from vans to bikes. So why does it do like that? If you do a van, you can see here CO2 emission and also cost of it. You reduce the kilo you're transporting on a car being like 1 to 3 tons into a bicycle weighing about 75 to 85 kilo. That helps with CO2 emission reduction of 90% and also energy consumption, which also reduces the need for charging. And as we know, going to electric vans is not really making the big difference of CO2 emission, but it creates a lot of struggle when it comes to charging. So you get both of it when it goes to last mile in inner cities. You're also reducing reduction in parking space with 75%. This is a very small footprint, not very much more than a bike. And also it enables it to go in places so we can go door to door, making it more efficient in congested areas. And it also has a significant health effect of cycling versus driving. And it also introduces the ability to have new type of drivers. They don't need a driving license. They don't need to be physically extended. They are out utilizing fresh air and get a good health impact. So what we are all about is how can you downsize a car to a bike and enabling the green shifts? As I already said, it's reducing the bottleneck of batteries and reducing the charging challenge, which is all good for the environment. So what we've made is not a bike, it's a platform for multiple type of vehicles, but with a family version and a cargo version enabling this one. So here you can see it has the rain protection, it has the weather protection, which I would guess in Dundee and Scotland and also UK is quite a struggle. I'm coming from Norway. I calculated bad weather, 239 days with rain or frost. It's not really encouraging when you want to go cycling. So we try to make it flexible, meaning that you can remove the cargo part, try to do a foldable rear seat to fit 2 children, making it work for families. Not that you need to have one bike for both, but we're trying to do the manufacturing of this one in a way that it's easy modularity to make it work in both models. It has 2 strong batteries going 150 kilometers, so it's very flexible for it. And as I said, 7 centimeters go into doors, go into bike parking. Technology-wise, it's amazing. I think as was mentioned in the previous part, what is happening with micromobility is actually becoming as advanced as a Tesla or a high advanced electric vehicles. You have traceability, you have fleet management system, you even have over-the-air upgrades. So similar to your smartphone, modern micromobility will be able to upload, remotely diagnose the vehicle and even upload and change functionality and repair. This is a totally different what you would get from any type of automotive, unless you're talking Tesla, which is the only one offering OTA these days. So in addition to that, we are taking away all the hassle with mechanical chain and gears, implementing what we call cycling by software, meaning that there's a generator generating the energy directly to the battery instead of a chain, taking away a lot of mechanical hassle. So here you can see where we are. We have made 3 generations of prototyping, working now with customers in several areas and downsizing as much as possible. Here's a customer in Tallinn, which is using it for mobile car wash. Here's customers that is about to launch it in Scandinavia for facility management. So plumbers and electricians can go independently into inner cities and park anywhere and being more efficient and reducing the number of vans that normally would be represented by these kind of areas for construction sites and repairing offices. And there's quite a lot of number of vans being used for construction, electricians and plumbers. So what we're fitting in here is up to 1 cubic with a cargo bike where you can fit quite a lot. This is from Upsteam doing mobile car care. And you can get this for cost of euro 7,800 or rental about 250 to 300 euro a month with a down payment. And as I said, it's less than 80 kilo and has batteries to 150 kilometer range. So what we're seeing now, there's a lot of opportunities in a modular design that we want to do building for different kind of purposes and customers. And what we're now trying to achieve is, as we're launching next year with 300 to 500 CityQs being manufactured, then 3,000 next year after. What we're looking for now is cities where they want to test it. We have already 1,000 signed up to want to buy, including a lot of B2B, but we want cities where we can put in the rental of it and testing of it for different kind of users. So both for private users as well as B2B. And we are in process of selecting a few cities where we'll do that with the aim of doing a 2 to 3 year test and pilot, run some private partners as well, and seeing how we can see the ability to run KPIs where we measure how much car trips it can replace or how much CO2 emission we can do. So this is what we're looking for, and think it would be fantastic if there's opportunities in Scotland or as part of areas in UK. We already are in discussions with some London companies regarding this. So that's probably summarizing it. We're doing pre-orders for 2022, but we also have innovation partners coming in and looking for new innovation partners in this meeting. So that's about what I wanted to tell.